Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante Game Show. My name is Graham Elwood. We are here at the illustrious All Things Comedy studio. It's where I do my Comedy Film Nerds podcast. And very excited that I have two fantastic guests. The miserable liberal Stef Zamorano.
Hi, Graham. Good to see you. This is some fun, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm already excited. I'm wearing my yellow vest, and I am, if you can see it, can you see it? Can anybody see it?
Fomenting discord.
Nice.
Thank you. Somebody's going to win this. I don't want to get ahead of us. Anyways, back to you, Graham.
We're going to go over the prize bag in just a second.
Was that his name for me? Prize bag?
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
It's like, hey, the lady.
Hey, say hello to my prize bag over here.
You have a trophy wife? I got a prize bag.
Oh, well.
So, say hello also to Mr. Jimmy Dore, ladies and
Hi,
gentlemen.
everybody. Sorry I talked before I was introduced. That was certainly not... Anyway, good to see you. Thanks. Great to be here. Hope everybody wins a lot of prizes.
I want this to be kind of match gamey, where we're all drunk and we just we all talk over each other.
Okay.
So I want to welcome everybody at the live chat. So here's what's going to happen, folks.
Are we going to talk about my navel?
Yeah.
Because that's what they would always do on
Always,
Match Game.
yes.
And his navel. This is how does a show use a word that no one else uses? That show used that word. No else. Anyway, sorry.
Nobody else uses navel. So what's going to happen, guys? We're going to go over the prize bag in a second.
I'm sitting right here.
Graham.
What do I?
right.
I'm just, that's
All
how we
right.
talk about, I'm sorry. The broad over here.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, folks, Steph and Jimmy are each going to play for one of you. The first two people to put up a $10 super chat starting right now. Those two people, boom, you
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
You're going to first two
$10
super
or
chats.
in Espanol, primero, dos.
Dos.
I think that's the first two, yeah.
I haven't been this excited since I watched Bozo's TV Pong.
It really should be that exciting. It should be as fun as Bozo's TV.
Pow.
People
Pow.
didn't even anticipate
Pow.
the fun that they're going to have tonight.
Pow.
Pow.
Pow. That was Bozo's TV.
Is that it?
Did you ever see it, Graham?
Yes,
Bozo's TV?
I did watch it.
Pow. They would have a kid at home say the word pow, and that would trigger an electronic thing, and it was like if you were watching Asteroids, pow, and then it would go try to hit the thing. But of course there was a delay, so the kid couldn't do it right. Pow. So you're just supposed to go pow, 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 but the public would go pow, and they would lose. And anyway, who cares? But Graham, if you're over 50, you'll enjoy that story.
Well, before we meet who you guys are playing for, let's see what they'll win. First of all, whichever one of you wins, the person you're playing for, I will send them in the mail
a brand new iPhone.
Nope.
Look at that. No?
No,
Oh.
I don't think we can afford that.
Oh, okay.
But they'll get a copy of that. Jimmy, show them the book.
Oh, that's right. Your country is just not that into you, which is the book I wrote.
Jimmy will sign it. And then it'll be delivered to your doorstep later.
That's a twist on a popular cultural, powerful book called He's Just Not That Into You.
That's correct, Jimmy.
Written by Greg
Barrett.
Right?
It was a sitcom, or no, it was a talk show.
Yeah.
And they even made it into a movie.
Yes, they made it into a movie.
Yep.
But you're not getting that. What you're getting is Your Country's Just Not That Into You, written by Jimmy Dore.
And after he made all that money, I think, telling people about relationships, I'm pretty sure he got divorced.
I don't know. Oh, he's still
No,
married.
I'm kidding. He didn't get divorced. I'm teasing.
What else can they win, Steph?
Well, thanks for asking, Graham. Somebody's going to win their favorite Donnie Tiny Hands t-shirt. This was designed by Sabrina Figueroa.
And so when we make fun of Donald Trump because he has tiny hands, and it bothers him, that's just like now we call Chris Cuomo Fredo, because it bothers him. So it bothers Donald Trump that he has tiny hands. So we think it's funny. And there's our Tiny Hands t-shirt.
And then, Graham, I don't know
the big
who's
one.
going to get this one, but this is the official Jimmy Dore t-shirt.
Wow. Wow.
Nobody's ever worn this.
No.
Either T-shirt, just so you know.
Look at that.
These are fresh. Fresh garments.
That's a nice. I like the one where I'm
Freshly
screaming.
baked.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Oh, yes. I'm holding. Look at it.
Look how nice it is.
Look at
That's
it. That came out
fantastic.
of the gift bag. Is that what that
Okay.
called?
I will also throw in a Political Vigilante T-shirt that is not available online. You can only get them after
That's
live
what I
shows.
understand.
That's
Oh.
correct.
I can't get it on.
No, ma'am.
No online.
Okay.
You cannot.
All right. And everybody knows you're going to get this sweet, sweet vest.
Oh, and this vest.
Now, let's say they don't win, Steph, or they weren't the first two people. Now, first two people to do a $10 super chat. These are who we'll be playing
If
for.
they don't win, we're gonna give them something shitty.
First time-
And what's that, Graham?
Well, they're going to win a copy of the
Oh, there
Jimmy
you
Dore
go.
CD.
A CD I recorded in 2006 in
Oh.
Cincinnati. I got to tell you, it's a breezy listen, and it still holds up.
Oh, and a delicious Nature Valley granola bar.
in the
This is-
mail. You're gonna get that in the
You're
mail.
going to get that in the mail. I'm sure it won't go bad. These are great for disaster packs.
That's right. Oh, you need a disaster pack.
So check this out. And I will throw into the winners bag. I will throw in a Political Vigilante T-shirt, as I said.
Wow.
So this is as exciting. This is as exciting as it gets, folks.
Oh, I can't wait for that first.
Now, let's
question.
say anybody. First of all, we got 47 people watching. Like and share.
Wow, that's
Share.
already exciting.
That's already
47.
exciting. Come on.
That's
push it
about
up.
the same size of a class of 9th grade freshmen that I used to teach.
Oh, my God.
47. 47.
Now, Graham, when you live stream this, I just figured out last week that you could actually put a title in your live stream. Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh, so what's the title for this one?
Oh.
Aha!
No. What are we calling this, Aaron?
It's the Political Vigilante Game Show Live.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't say with Jimmy Dore and Stef Zamorano?
Well, that'd be a great
Maybe
idea.
that would get a few more views.
We should put that in there. He's changing it right now. I'm not used to having help. When I do
Oh.
my show, it's just me all alone
Just
in an
you?
apartment. So I usually just put, when I do my live chat every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, I always just put Graham answers your questions, and then I put the date.
Oh, okay.
That's catchy.
Is that
Catchy.
Boom, it's on there.
There you
New
go.
title
Now it's there,
With
ladies.
Now let's
Dore.
let it sit for a little while and see what happens. And but you work by yourself. See, I couldn't do that, so that's why I sold my wedding ring just so I could hire somebody. But it's certainly worth
True
it.
story. True story.
Yeah, and it makes it more fun to go to the mall again.
It does.
I mean, I didn't used to go to the mall because it's kind of old, but now I'm going back.
Outstanding.
No, does anybody go to the mall anymore? Have you been to the mall lately?
No, I haven't been to a mall. Why would I go to a
I'm
mall?
trying to think if I went to a mall. I usually just like to go watch movies. I'll sometimes have to
Oh,
go to a mall. I was
yeah.
at the fashion something in Torrance or something like that. It was crazy.
I walked through a mall in Pasadena. It was open air, and I didn't go into any store. Just walked from one street to another. Colorado to Green, right? And then
Yes, the Paseo in beautiful Pasadena.
They tried to make it like the Grove, and they must have hired like the guy who owned the place's kid to design it because he wasn't good, and that's the only job he could get because it's horrible. The Paseo in Colorado in Pasadena is the worst designed mall in the history of mall designs. They have all that restaurants hidden. You can't see them. You want to have the restaurants in the middle with open air so people, like in the Grove. No, they have them in, like you have to go down a hallway, up a step, and then down, and then they're all hidden. It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing. Yeah, it's a horrible mall. Yep. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, like, we were in New York, and you go to New York, you can actually go to a park, and you can actually sit down in the park, and life is happening there at a park. It turns out in Pasadena, they don't want you to go to parks. There are no parks. There are hardly any park benches anywhere.
That's correct.
So, like a lot of cities in California, they're created so don't anybody loiter here. No loitering, no enjoying the city. Keep this moving along. Keep it moving along.
Get in your car, hippie.
Yeah. So, like, when we were in, it was great sitting. It was Washington Square Park. That's where we were sitting.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. But I wanted to say really quickly, there was a guy
Oh.
we were having a really nice afternoon. Everybody just kind of sits and relaxes. You look at the dogs, you see the pigeons. And this woman is sitting beside me. And this man comes and sits here, and then he's on his phone super loud. We're all tranquil.
Super loud.
We're all taking it in, and he comes and he sits down, and he's like, yeah, anyways, blah, blah, blah. And the woman turns to him, and I'm like, what courage? She goes, hey, you know what? Can you lower your voice? We're all hanging out here, and I can't even hear. And she has earbuds, and he looks at her, and he keeps talking
On
loud.
the phone, he goes, yeah, this bitch next to me is telling me I better be quiet. I come here every day. She should go back to her own country.
No.
No kidding. Yeah, to go back to your own country. And Steph, what did you say?
I just I don't know.
Have you looked at yourself?
Has he looked at himself? He was dark skinned. He looked foreign. I'm like, you really can't say go back to your own country if you're a person of color. Or you could say it if you're a Native American. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was not a Native American.
Not
No.
a Native American.
No, he was not.
So yeah, it was. So that was kind of annoying. But
And that's the kind of fun I'm talking about. You can have
in New
sitting.
York.
So let me ask you this before we get into the game show.
I thought I won with that story.
that was it.
Oh.
Big winner.
Gift bag.
Gift bag. So how do you view this now? The DNC looks like it's pretty actively trying to make sure Tulsi is not going to be in the next.
Isn't that a shocker?
Yeah, it's so shocking. The one woman who calls out, the DNC is all about diversity and girl power and everything, but not if you're anti-war. If you're an anti-war woman of color, then we're gonna shut you down.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we're upset if Trump insults a Gold Star family because you're not supposed to do that because we respect our veterans. Unless there's someone currently serving, then you can smear her as a traitor to our country and not sufficiently patriotic. Someone who's currently serving.
Yeah, currently. Just was in Indonesia right now, right?
Right. It came back 3 days ago. She's back. Yeah, that's so that just goes to show you all that, and that's another reason why Trump won, because when the left does their outrage, they look at it as faux outrage, and you know why? Because it most of the time is.
Yeah.
If you're upset at Trump insulting a Gold Star family, and you should be, then you also have to be equally upset when 6 morons sit around a table on ABC's morning television and insult someone as not sufficiently patriotic who's currently serving, who joined the military after 9/11 and then saw how bullshit war was and now is against it. And so that's what. So if you're against war and in the military, you're a piece of shit. But if you're for war and in the military, you can never say anything about that person.
And she is polling. That's the big deal.
Right.
That there is you can go and find
23
plenty
polls.
of polls that she is polling well, but those polls don't count.
No, they don't count. And what's the criteria you use for a poll? We pick first of all, it's arbitrary. We don't tell you, but I'm going to guess it's whatever polls Tulsi doesn't do well in. Those
That's
are the
the
ones
poll.
we're using.
Oh, those are the ones we're using.
Yeah. You know, they're talking about this Monmouth poll from last week. Everybody's talking about it, right? How Joe Biden. Do you know how many people they polled? Like 283 people. That's why it had a margin of error of over 5%. So how can you use a poll like that? So Tulsi doesn't poll, or she could be at 5%. That's a stupid poll.
It's showing like how ridiculous their system is, and they keep saying, after 2016, they're like, oh, we heard you, we don't want to, the super delegates are a problem. They're still using them. They just trim the number back, and they're pushing them into the second ballot.
Correct.
Which is just a tactic, as we know
That's right.
they're going to use to screw Bernie and Tulsi.
Yeah. They're like, well, how do we still keep control? Oh, I know. We'll just push it to has Elizabeth Warren in because she did that deal with Hillary Clinton last time, not to A, run, and B, not to endorse Bernie Sanders. Because if she would have endorsed Bernie Sanders, he would have kicked her ass in Iowa and New Hampshire, and Hillary Clinton would have been out of the goddamn race.
Right.
Yeah, but she didn't. She made a deal with the Clintons that she wouldn't do that. And so now here she is running, and why is she running? Bernie's already in the race, Elizabeth. Why are you running? Bernie's already in the race.
Right.
There's already somebody who has your exact position. In fact, he was saying it when it wasn't popular. He actually stuck his neck out. So why are you running now? Oh, I know, right? Because she's an establishment person, and she's running to dilute so they can push it to the second ballot, and she's been guaranteed that the superdelegates will pick her. That's why she's running.
Yeah. And nobody, she was a Republican until she was 47. She 2 years ago, she helped
Wait a minute. Let's just enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
She was a Republican until she was 47. And I want you to look at the whole Democratic leadership.
Right.
How many of them represent still the values of being a conservative?
That's right. They're a conservative party.
Hey, look, and people can say, well, people change their minds. That's not fair. 47, it wasn't like she was 23. 47.
That's right.
Not to mention, 2 years ago, when I believe she was considerably older than 47, she voted with 4 other Democrats to give Trump an extra $80 billion for the war machine.
That's right. The guy they say is being controlled by Putin. Here's the $80 billion, enough money to send everybody into college for free. Here you go for more bombs that nobody wants.
Oh, and he's so bad we got to resist Trump. So that's why in February she stood up and clapped when he said we're a capitalist country.
Yes!
We will never be socialist. And who was sitting? It was Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
So, I can't listen to her fake. She's just to pull votes away.
I'm a capitalist to the bone. That is what I am right now. And who wants to have a beer with me? I mean, that somebody came out to announce her presidential campaign by saying, let's have a beer together. It just, talk about pandering.
And I just watch her like she's going to get clocked by Trump if she were to get the nomination. And here's the polls that this never seems to make the mainstream. So there was just a recent poll that in a head-to-head Bernie versus Trump, Bernie would win in Texas.
Yes.
If Bernie wins if he's the nominee, so we know he's going to get New York, California, the whole West Coast, the whole East Coast. He'll get Illinois, Wisconsin, all those. And then if he gets 38 electoral votes in Texas, it's over.
That's right.
He wins.
Hey, Bernie, people forget Bernie beat Hillary Clinton in Michigan.
Yeah.
Again, and whenever he won a primary, it was against the media and every Democratic politician in that state.
Alaska, which I know only has like 4 electoral votes or something, is another one of those states. He won. The superdelegates gave it to Hillary, but it's like there's so many red states he would pick up in addition to the guaranteed blue states he would get.
So it is not hyperbole and it is not a stretch to say that the Democratic Party, the DNC, Tom Perez, Neera Tanden, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and Nancy Pelosi would rather have Trump as president than have Bernie Sanders. And why is that? Because their donors would rather have Trump than Bernie Sanders. And if they get Bernie Sanders, then their whole business model stops, which is why the DNC decided to start taking fossil fuels again, because that's hey, we have to keep taking this money, or what the fuck are we going to do? Try to get money from the people? That's not how this works.
Right.
Is there a party that actually represents us? Because
No,
right now
no.
we want Tulsi Gabbard to participate in the debate. That's not going to happen. We actually don't want delegates. We don't want super delegates.
Right.
That's going to dominate this next election again.
What voter wants a super delegate?
Nobody.
We
want single issue debates. They said we're going to do a climate debate, and then Tom Perez says, no, we're not going to have a climate change debate. We're not going to have a debate on climate change. There's a whole row of people in the 4 debates, and 90% of them said that that's the single biggest issue is climate change.
Yeah. If they knew, I think I heard Matt Taibbi say this today, or someone else said, if they knew that there was a asteroid going to hit the planet in 12 years,
Right.
or 10 years is what they've said about climate change, we would be having debates on it. And if you said we shouldn't, you would be considered a crazy person. But climate change is coming at us.
The Amazon is burning.
Equally is
Africa,
catastrophic.
If a meteor was coming to us, it would be like, hey guys, the old way's done.
Yeah.
Every country on the planet
Would have to work together.
Let's cut the crap.
Yeah.
We got to get this done. We got to get it done now.
Right.
And instead it's like, well, middle ground.
Well,
green.
China's using coal.
Oh God. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, they're still taking fossil fuel money, Graham. That's the whole thing. So I don't know how people like Bernie and Ocasio-Cortez and even Tulsi and, as far as even though she's an outcast in the Democratic Party, they all are. Why do they want to keep sheep herding people into that fucking party? And they just like, well, with two party, that's it. We're just stuck because that's what the oligarchs want us to have. It's like, why doesn't if you had Bernie, Nina Turner, Ocasio-Cortez, Tulsi, the most popular people in the country, you could start a third party like that overnight and bury the Democrats.
Bury them.
And nobody, who was it who just said that people vote for the Democrats, but that doesn't mean they like them?
I mean, the other thing too.
And Ocasio-Cortez said that. She says, people voted for Democrat in my district. It's a Democrat district, but they don't vote for them because they like them. She said it's because they're not as bad as the other people.
I'm telling you, and the other thing, we've talked about this a lot, is there's a lot of conservatives, former Trump supporters who have come on over to Tulsi.
Yes.
because they're like, oh, she's a vet. Because the thing the left always forgets. I always say, you guys on the left, all you heard, and look, Trump says and does say racist, xenophobic stuff. He says awful sexist crap, but they forget that he ran on an anti-interventionist platform.
Yes.
He said, why are we in all these wars? And he hasn't held true to that word, obviously. But there's a lot of people on the right that are like, hey, it was our working class red state sons and daughters that went over there, and it's our that have come back. It's so we don't want any more of these wars. And when Tulsi started saying that, they came on board and went, oh, I like what she has to say. She's active, she's vet. Boom, let's do it. And no one wants like, who can beat? They talk about who can beat Trump. I can tell you, Bernie and Tulsi can beat Trump. They could beat Trump today.
Bernie and Tulsi, if that's the ticket, we should start planning on how to take over the Senate.
Yeah.
Because we got the White House. If the ticket is Bernie and Tulsi, either way, Tulsi first, Bernie second, or Bernie first, Tulsi second, either way, that's a winning ticket. And of course, the Democrats don't want that ticket.
No.
They don't want Tulsi because she does appeal to the right wing. She does bring people together in her anti-war message. And by the way, the Democrats are a war party, baby.
Yeah.
And that's why they got to get rid of her.
And the bottom line is they don't want us to be unified.
That's right.
They want to keep us
afraid
divided.
of.
That's the big goal here.
I've been called a racist for saying these things, that we should align with anti-war people of all parties and stripes and everything. If you're an anti-war and independent, or you're a right-winger or a libertarian, or doesn't matter. We should all, they're like, oh, you're a racist.
Because I don't like war.
Because I don't like war. Yeah, and I think that everybody who doesn't like war should get together. I've been called no, you know that. I'm not making that up. So that's that identity politics shit. That's what Kamala Harris, they were chanting up at the DNC meeting last weekend, and they're chanting, it's time for a woman in the White House. No, we fucking tried that 4 years ago in 2016, just to vote for a woman because she's a woman. No, it's got to be a woman that actually inspires people and says she's gonna got programs that'll fix their fucking problems. Just because the identity politics over substance doesn't work.
You keep losing on that, and they keep pushing it. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if you want a woman so badly, get Nina Turner and Tulsi Gabbard.
So when they say it's time for a woman in the White House, you mean like Sarah Palin? Oh, you don't mean like that?
No.
Oh, you don't mean like that?
Susan Collins.
So how about Susan? No. How about Michelle Bachmann? You mean like her? Oh, you don't mean like that?
No.
So not just a woman.
Kellyanne Conway. Get Kellyanne Conway in the White House.
She knows how to talk.
Right. So not just any woman, obviously, right? Right. So why do you chant that shit?
Well, we want a woman with good policies. Oh, wow, that sounds like what we've been talking about.
Time for a woman with good policies in the White House. Time for a woman. That's catchy.
That's why Kamala's people walked out of when Bernie started speaking. Because that's just to show that there's all this big dissent. It's a theatrical game because Kamala got clocked by Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. And the thing that was so great about that, Kamala, you saw her body language because she was like, oh, I can't play the sexist race card. Right. A woman of color just knocked me out. Which was fantastic. Well, speaking of knockouts, everybody, let's start playing some game shows. We have a bunch of people the first two people, Jackie Pejau or Peguru. I know I'm mispronouncing your name. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Coleman, you're the two contestants. So
the lighting makes me look young. I like it.
Isn't it? I put a young filter on here.
I got one. It's super. I'm all washed out and stuff. Look how white I am.
I like my face almost being completely covered. There we go.
I would never.
There we go. There. That's
I would
good.
never get arrested if I was this white in real life.
Fantastic. All right. So, how about Jimmy? You play for Jackie.
Okay, Jackie.
And Steph, you play for Jeffrey Coleman.
Jeffrey, you're mine. I don't know which Jeffrey.
Is it Jackie Cation, our favorite Hillary voter?
No, it is not. No,
God damn it.
It's Jackie P.
So Jimmy's playing for Jackie. Steph is playing for Jeffrey. And I just want to give some shout outs to Sam Dean. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. And Jarrett Lord. Just a reminder that the War on Terror is 12 days away from turning old enough to fight in the War on Terror.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I like it.
Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Jared. George Allen, really digging Afghanistan, Graham, great film. Thank you so much, folks. You can get it on Amazon Prime. Also, you can watch the First Nations Comedy Experience on Amazon Prime. And these two fine comedians are in it.
Oh, really?
Along with many others.
That's nice.
So, isn't that fancy? Citizens Media TV, thank you so much for supporting the show. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hell, I'll play. How's this work? Here's to Graham and Jimmy, the very rare progressive media figures who are open to MMT. And here's to Jimmy for putting Yang in his place regarding UBI. Saw that interview, brother. That was fantastic.
We just watched it yesterday.
It was more about his stance on the minimum wage.
And small businesses.
He was kept saying, there's some small businesses that might have to fire someone. They're only paying them $10 an hour, and they just barely. And if they have to raise, then they won't be able to. I'm like, why does the person who owns that business get to make a living, but the person they're employing doesn't? That doesn't make any sense. We should get rid of those companies who pay people a below living fucking wage. Those companies should go away.
How am I supposed to run my business?
How am I supposed to run a business if I can't
need to exploit
people?
somebody.
I need to get somebody a less than a living wage. Well, then you're a fucking shitty businessman.
Well, that's the thing. I love what you said because like I know your business, and you go, I'm a small business owner.
He's trying to go. I am a small business.
Yes, you are currently. You have 6 or 7 employees.
Everyone gets a living wage.
Everyone gets a living wage, and if you couldn't afford to,
I'm against it. 100%.
Like, what if I've said, I got a couple of guys who they live in their car, but I live in a nice house because if I had to pay them a regular salary, right?
I'd have to get rid of some of my stuff.
Right.
If I
Like,
couldn't.
isn't that just a turn of the screw being a Walton owning Walmart? If you're like, you know what? They live in their car. It's okay.
Yep. And let me tell you something. This idea that the minimum wage causes jobs is bullshit. Also, businesses hire people when they have work for them.
Right.
So if you have an order, you're not going to go, well, I'd like to fill this order, but I can't pay someone $15 an hour, so I won't fill the order. No, you're going to fucking fill the order, or you're going to go out of business.
I'll give you a great example. So Political Vigilante is just me, right? When I was directing that TV show, I hired a part-time producer. When that TV show didn't get renewed for second season, I had to take over all the work. So I have to do everything because I can't afford, and I'm not going to cut her. I wasn't going to say, hey, do you mind taking less money? So that's the thing. To keep my business afloat, right now, I have to do everything. And I'm not going to hire somebody until I have enough money to pay them a livable wage. So it's not this whole thing, oh man, raising the minimum wage is really going to kill my business. Suck it up. That's what I've had to do. I'm not and I don't have a forced, no one is legally forcing any of us in running our businesses to pay somebody.
Right.
This producer, I'm paying his wage. He's not worth it. But man, is it above?
I understand.
It's more about the velocity of money.
I just want to add to the whole idea of a minimum wage and somebody earning a living wage. That money goes right back into the economy. Right. It's good for the economy. It's good for the society. Right. It's good for everybody.
When you put money in the pockets of a worker, it goes right back into the economy, and that's what creates a better economy. When you give a tax cut to a millionaire, that money goes into his bank account, never gets spent, or it goes to an offshore account. They already have everything they need.
They don't. Yes.
So
exactly.
that guy who did that TED Talk that got banned. He talks about this. It's like, I'm one guy. I can only buy so many pairs of jeans. I can only buy so many cars. But if you give a raise to 10,000 people, they can buy 10,000 pairs of jeans.
What would the American economy look like if Jeff Bezos cut his $158 million in half and just gave it to his employees?
Right.
In benefits and pay, and the minimum wage was 25. What would the whole country look like? Each one of those communities, the restaurants, the stores, everyone would see more money.
When you want to buy from Amazon more instead of resent, like,
I
can't find this item
I stopped
anywhere.
shopping at Whole Foods. I got rid of, I don't use, even though I just announced a show that's on Amazon Prime. Please check it out. But I don't have Amazon Prime because I don't want to give them my money. It's such a quandary I'm in because it's like I don't want to support that guy, and if he paid good wages, I'd be all over it.
I'm all for a revolution, but giving up Amazon Prime seems a little ridiculous.
All right, folks. 200.
I mean, am I right? Am I being crazy?
Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're not being crazy.
All right. This is fantastic, everybody.
I'm telling you right now, Graham, I do not know if this is going to make it. I am so hungry right now.
You need to eat it.
I don't know if there's it. No,
I think I can get another one.
It's okay.
I think I can find another one.
Just like it's just a half wrapped tape.
The loser gets the wrapper and this CD. All right. Also, shout out to Kate Geek to play along at home. Please enlist Thomas Frank to rip the Electoral College in a future episode. All right, you got it. 275 people watching. Please hit the like button, everybody. Here we go. The questions are being put up on the main board behind Jimmy. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Jimmy's watching at the same time.
Live.
All right, our first show. So each A correct answer gets a point.
Jarrett Lord.
Oh.
See Jarrett Lord?
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
Do you have glasses? Can you see that? It's very exciting.
This is one of the...
The mount. It was nice. That's a nice donation.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jared. Thank you.
Wanted to make sure you did one of these.
Boom. Jared, shave your knuckles for justice. People always ask, Graham, what does that mean? Like there's some history. I'll tell you right now. One time, because at my house, the camera's really close, and somebody did a super chat. I went, boom, thanks. And then looking close, I was like, wow, I got hairy knuckles. And I was like, I should shave my knuckles. And then I just went, shave your knuckles for justice. That's it. That's the whole history.
It's
There's-
done.
I got it. I like it.
So just say your name when you want. We don't have buzzers yet.
Okay.
So just say your name when you, and if you correct, with the correct answer, you get a point. If you answer incorrectly, the other person has a chance to steal.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first question in the category, who said it? Republican or Democrat? Quote, we have a $5 billion website. I have so many websites. I have them all over the place. I hire people. It costs me $3.
Jimmy Dore.
Yes.
Trump. Republican.
Jimmy, that answer is correct. Jimmy Dore on the board, playing for Jackie, gets his first point. Jeffrey and Steph a little bit closer to the granola bar after the first.
Don't worry about it, Jeff. I won the last time. I'm not worried at all. I'm going to come from behind.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next question. Is this quote from a Democrat or a Republican? This is my game show Graham voice, ladies and gentlemen. If people continue to feel like Democrats are looking for poor folks and Republicans are looking after rich folks and nobody is looking after me, then we don't get a lot of stuff done.
Steph, Democrat.
Yes. Bonus point?
Yes. Who? Do I have my choices? I'm okay.
Is it Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris?
I'm going to go with Barack Obama.
Steph Zamorano, you just took the lead with 2 points. The regular and the bonus. Congratulations,
Thanks
Jeffrey.
so much.
You might have 2 shirts to go with you. Jackie, get ready for a granola bar. Wait a minute, folks. There's a lot of game show left to be played. Next question. Now, when I built these questions, I had some font issues and was running out of time. Republican or Democrat said this, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a normal white American, the truth is you don't understand being black in America, and you instinctively underestimate the level of discrimination and the level of additional risk.
Jimmy.
Yes.
This was said by a Democrat, and it was said by Bernie Sanders.
Incorrect, Jimmy Dore. Steph, a chance to steal the point. It was a Republican. Was it?
I know who it is.
Was it? Was it Republican Newt Gingrich, Republican Mitch McConnell, Republican Susan Collins, or Republican Hillary Clinton?
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to go with, it's Steph. I'm going to just tell you first.
Thank
Steph's going to tell you. I'm going to go with, doing something wrong. Hillary Clinton.
Steph Zamorano, that answer is incorrect.
Oh, curses! What's the answer?
The correct answer is Newt Gingrich said
Oh,
that.
okay,
Very
sure.
open-minded thing from Republican
Newt Gingrich. Well, he wants to have poor kids work as janitors.
Yes, he did.
That's nice.
He's good people, Newt. Next question, was this said by a Republican or a Democrat? Every statement I make today is backed up by sources, solid sources. They are not assertions.
Oh, I know who said this.
Jimmy, are you going to chime in?
Chiming in.
Yes.
It was said by Colin Powell to the UN. That's a Republican.
Jimmy, you are correct.
God!
From the United Nations, the weapons of mass destruction in 203. Boom. We are deadlocked at 2 apiece. An exciting contest, ladies and gentlemen.
It's real
I'm
tough.
feeling the tension.
Real tough break for Colin Powell.
Oh, real tough break.
Real tough. Real blotch on his career.
Yeah, it was tough. Boy,
Jimmy got both Republican and Colin on that one.
Yeah.
all 2 points. Oh,
That's
look
right,
at this
trying to
again.
cheat
Wow,
me.
that says
What are you,
why-
the
Oh.
DNC over here?
Oh,
Oh,
Jeez.
fantastic, fantastic.
Sorry, we just changed the-
Loudmouth behind the camera over there is
That's right.
keeping score. I'll remember that.
Greg, going to try to keep me out of debates next? Come on. What the
Oh, sorry. Jimmy doesn't qualify for this next question. We just did a new poll,
A Monmouth poll.
a Monmouth poll that says Jimmy Dore
Monmouth.
doesn't qualify. All right, Jimmy Dore has 3 points, Stef with 2. Tight contest here on the Political Vigilante Game Show. Remember, this is brought to you by some kind of granola bar that was in my backpack.
All right.
Next question. Was this said by a Republican or a Democrat? White folks are the reason we have institutional racism. There has always been racism in America. White supremacists have always existed. They still exist.
Steph,
Yes.
I'm going to say it is a Democrat.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God.
To pick up a bonus point, was it Joe Biden, Heidi Heitkamp, Joe Manchin, or Nancy Pelosi?
Joe Manchin.
Ooh, incorrect.
Do I get to steal?
Jimmy has a chance to steal. So Steph tied it with 3. There is a point floating right now. Jimmy potentially could take the lead if he answers this correctly.
Sounds like a Joe Biden quote to me.
Jimmy, that sounds like you're in the lead with 4 points. Oh,
Come
Jackie,
on.
you are in the lead.
That's what I love about Joe Biden, right? So he's running against Trump because Trump is a racist. And so to combat a racist, we're going to run a guy who's an accidental racist every day of his life.
Oh, I mean, go watch him on the Senate floor. There's a video, and I put it out of showing from 1994 Bernie and Joe Biden debating Joe Biden's crime bill.
Oh, yeah?
And what Joe Biden says is just like unreal. He's just like, all these loaded words of like somebody's smacking my grandmother in the face and we need tough on crime. And Bernie says, the thing he's been saying for 4 decades, which is we're not addressing jobs, education, poverty.
Right.
That's what we should be spending all this money on. It's unbelievable.
Well, how about Biden coming out this past weekend saying something to the effect of, what would we have done if Obama was assassinated?
Oh, God.
Joe,
What are you talking about?
Joe, stop talking.
He's really out of his mind.
He is. You know what? It's actually sad what's happening to him. But let's keep playing.
Well, before we go into the next round of questions, I'm going to read a couple super chats, ladies and gentlemen. 309 people watching. Please smash the like button, shave your knuckles for justice, and then hit the like button. I want to do, as you said, Jared Lord. Thank you so much. This one is from some edibles tonight. Love from Alabama. Right on. Thank you so much for watching. George Allen. I got Afghanistan from Comedy Film Nerds. They have been great to me, Graham. Really helpful with the downloads. Thank you, George, for supporting Comedy Film Nerds. We are going to be doing our 600th episode of Comedy Film Nerds, December 12th. Both of these fine folks have been guests on Comedy Film Nerds, so many of the comedians that have been on the show over the last 10 years. It's a live show at Dynasty Typewriter. The tickets are going to go on sale September 3rd. Krillin at 876. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again, Jimmy.
No, I was a guest on Comedy Film Nerds, and I'll be honest, I don't care for your taste in movies.
I remember you came on and you said, I like this movie. It was cool. And then Chris and I went into these very specific things. And you're like, God, you guys are so picky. I was like, it's a movie podcast, Jimmy. It's like me coming on your show going, ooh, easy with the politics, Fred. Come on. So, Krillin 876, Jim, don't.
Did you ever make a movie?
Yeah, I've made 2.
I know.
Krillin 876 says, Jim, don't wait another 5 years to come back to New York City.
Okay.
You guys had fun. How were the shows in New York City?
They were just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They were amazing. They were amazing, actually. We had a great panel. So we had Aaron Matei on one. We had Nellie McKay was on both of those shows. You know Nellie.
Mm-hmm.
Katie Halper.
Katie Halper was on. She was hilarious. She's hosting the new podcast for the Rolling Stone. We had Kyle Kalinske was on our panel.
Those are great.
Ted
panels.
Alexander.
Ted Alexandro, who was hilarious.
I love him.
Yes.
That's so fantastic. I got to tell anyone out there, if you haven't been to a live Jimmy Dore show, I've had the honor being a panel on a bunch of them. It is some of the...
Knocking it out of the ballpark, Graham.
I love doing it. Love having it. It is so much fun. It's this kind of goofing around, but in front of a packed theater, and we're making all these amazing political points and social commentary. And it's more than it's more than a live podcast. It's like a political rally.
It's like a rally and a comedy show and a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of things in one. And I just want to thank everyone else out there for not doing what we're doing, because they're leaving us a big lane. No one else is even coming close to doing what we're doing. So I just want to say thanks to everyone else. People who do shows that are similar to us on YouTube. No one even does a live show, so it's fucking fantastic. It's my whole lane, so we're killing it.
And I just want to say that the people that we meet, it's this overwhelming experience of going to another state. I mean, you two have been on the road, you know that experience, but I'm going to different states that I've never been to, and that these people are so generous in spirit and in energy. And then at the end of the show that we did in Denver at the Oriental, and that was a fantastic experience that we just did this weekend. At the very end of the night, a gentleman comes up to Jimmy and hands him a gift that he wants to give him. And it was a medal from when he served in the military. And he said, and I did not get this medal for killing somebody. I got it because
he invented some kind of communication thing that saved people's lives, and he said, so for communication, I want you to have this. Oh. Yeah, of course I couldn't take it.
I took a picture of it and with him and Jimmy, and it was just really overwhelming. And we constantly get this great experience with these people, and it's really, really a dream come true.
Because there's like no one out there there's no one is, even on YouTube, they leave the anti-war stuff. There's a big lane to be anti-war on YouTube, and they leave it wide open.
And really, like all of the comedians out there that don't
talk about it.
It's
I'm talking about it now just in front of crowds that don't come to see me. Like I go to Flappers on the Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I get up there and I start talking about how fucked up things are, and people are with me.
Oh yeah.
People are with me.
I did a run of headlining in February at the 3 different Zanies around the Chicago area, right?
Great.
And so there were some political vigilante and Jimmy Dore fans that came out that was cool, but by and large, I was just entertaining regular folks, and some of them, like the St. Charles Club, that's a pretty conservative area out there.
Yeah,
and I was talking both parties are broken, the system's broken, anti-war, and I was getting applause from every type of person out there. And then when Ron and I do the Progressive Comedy Tour, like we did our show in New York City, and a friend of mine, a comic, she was there, and she goes, I couldn't get a beat on your demographic. I said, that's because progressives are everybody.
That's right.
Everybody. Millennials, baby boomers, everyone in between. Every ethnicity, every economic, everything, everybody comes up, especially when you talk the anti-war thing, and then Persians come up and go, hey, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, that happens a lot.
Syrians have come to our shows and shared with us that what we're talking about has helped them, helped their families. So it's really, it's a really amazing thing that we're involved in right now.
All right, let's do another question.
All right, let's do it. Krillin876, isn't Biden like Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun? Lainey Peterson, loved you guys at the show in Chicago, and we love you, Lainey. Shave your knuckles for justice. Let's go to the next round of questions, everybody.
I do want to take this moment and thank Jaime for the weed. Thank you, Jaime.
Jaime, thank you for the weed. This weed sponsorship is from Jaime.
Jaime.
All right, folks, here we go. Next round is going to be, is this a state law, a United States state law, or is this Sharia law?
Oh, boy.
Question number 1. Jimmy currently has the lead, 4 points to Stef's 3. After this round, if we are tied, we will go into tie-breaker questions, ladies and gentlemen. Cannibalism is strictly prohibited. State law or Sharia law?
Stef. Sharia.
Stef? That is incorrect. Jimmy.
State law, and I have to pick the state?
You got to pick the state.
That has made cannibalism illegal?
I will read the statute.
And if he gets it wrong, I can guess, too.
Okay.
Because I have a guess.
Okay. Cannibalism is strictly prohibited and punishable by up to 14 years in prison in blank state. But it's okay to willfully ingest the flesh or blood of a human being in life or death situations. This is good to know, folks. If it's only apparent means of survival. The only state to declare cannibalism illegal. They erected the ban in 1990.
Okay, I'm going to say it's going to be a mountainous state.
Oh,
it's going to be either I'm going to go either Alaska, Washington, or Colorado. I'll say Alaska because that was my first guess.
Jimmy, that is incorrect. Steph, a chance here to tie the game up at 4 points
I'm
apiece.
basing this purely on people I know. Florida.
Shout out to Florida.
Bath salts.
The correct answer would be where my dad's side of the family is from, Idaho.
Mountainous.
Mountainous. It is mountainous. When you said mountainous, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There might be people on my dad's side of the family that.
Related to the Donner Party, like Oregon.
Oh, okay. You thought it was a Donner Party thing. No, I think it's just Idaho might have a current cannibal situation that they need to address.
What happened in 1990, you said?
Well, it was the only state to declare cannibalism illegal. Idaho erected the ban in 1990 as a reaction to spreading fear that eating humans would pop up in ritualized practices. What the hell is going on in Idaho? All right, folks.
They got a lot of Basque people
Yeah, what?
in Boise. I know that.
Oh, all right.
I know the Basque. That's with a QUE.
Okay, good to know. Question number 2, is this a state law or Sharia law? Jimmy has the lead, 4 points to Steph's 3. Tight contest. The next question could sway this in one direction or another.
Oh, jeez.
I am building tension by talking slowly.
All right.
A male convicted of rape can have his conviction dismissed by marrying his victim.
Steph.
Yes.
Sharia.
Steph Zamorano, you just tied the game up 4 points each.
Yes!
That is correct.
Do you have to guess the Sharia?
Nah, you know, it's too complicated to go into the Sharia.
Okay.
So we are tied at 4 points each, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie and Jeffrey, watching at home, who's going to get the swag bag valued at over $100?
Jackie's going to get it.
Who's going to get a granola bar?
Jackie's getting the swag.
I just want to say, Jackie and Jeffrey, you're both winners.
Oh,
You're both winners.
That's
Jackie and Jeffrey, 2 American kids doing the best
They
they
can't. Did you just read the John Mellencamp lyrics as Al Pacino? That's
Yes.
what that's.
Oh, slap! Still learning about politics. Oh, I'm still learning, right?
That's good.
I heard about this Kirsten Gillibrand.
Al, what did you think about her?
Oh, she don't like Chinese people, huh? That's what I heard. I'm still learning. All right, let's go.
Oh, fantastic. All right, next question. We are deadlocked at 4 points each. Granola bars and swag hang in the balance. Steph and Jimmy, a male over the age of 16 can't seduce a woman by falsely promising to marry her. Is that state law or Sharia law?
Steph.
Yes.
State law.
Steph, that answer is correct.
Yes!
Guess the state.
You hesitated. You hesitated.
Guess the state.
Guess the state.
Oh, based on people I know. Illinois.
Because we're both from there? I get it. That was a slam. That was a slam. I get it. We're both from Chicago. She knows the producer's a Cardinals fan. That's just a deliberate attack. That answer is incorrect. Jimmy, to steal, you have 49 other choices to get this point and tie it up at 5 points each.
But I still get a point for the
You're in
first
the
part.
lead currently.
Okay, good.
5-4. Jimmy steals this.
I'm gonna, but my first guess was gonna be Oklahoma, but you're supposed to go with your first guess, but it sounds more like a Florida law. I think Oklahoma would allow you to promise falsely to marry, but I think Florida would crack down on that.
So Jimmy, I need your final answer.
Final answer: South Carolina.
What? That's correct, Jimmy.
How did you get He should just win because of that answer.
Bam!
That's so great.
That was fantastic.
Got it.
No way.
All right.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's so exciting.
Jimmy, what happened? You lost the lead when Steph took a 5-4 lead and then pulled South Carolina out of your Al Pacino and tied it up at 5 apiece.
I got a nice closing kick.
Oh,
That was exciting.
folks, this is what
Jackie? Huh? That's
game
fun.
show play should be, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
In
I'm
the
playing for
industry, we call this a good horse race.
Uh-huh.
That's game show parlance. How you doing? Folks, remember, shave your knuckles for justice.
I'm playing for you, Jackie.
Jackie and Jeffrey.
Don't worry, Jeff.
Are in a deadlock.
Oh, man.
Next question. Again, state law or Sharia law? This is the law, the South Carolina law. A male over the age of 16 can't seduce a woman by falsely promising to marry her. If found guilty, he'll be charged with a misdemeanor, fined at the court's discretion, and or imprisoned with no longer than 1 year, with a decent number of exceptions. All right, South Carolina.
How did that law get written?
I know.
What happened?
I know. Something happened to someone.
Somebody's lawmaker's wife's sister.
Yeah. Some guy said,
I want you to make a law that punishes Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right. Next question, ladies and gentlemen. Is this state law or Sharia law? You may not sell or barter the fur of a dog or a cat.
Stef.
Zamorano.
State.
That is correct. You get a point. You are in the lead 6-5. To pick up another point, what state is it in, Stef? You could now have a 2-point lead if you get this correct. If you don't, Jimmy Dore will have a chance to steal and tie it again.
Cats and dogs? What was the thing?
You may not sell or barter the fur of a dog or cat. It is a Class B misdemeanor to sell, barter, or offer the fur of a domestic dog or cat. Which state has this law?
I'm going to go with Louisiana.
Stef Zamorano, that is incorrect.
Oh!
Jimmy.
I'll go South Korea.
South Korea.
No?
They're not a state,
No.
to my
That's right,
knowledge.
not a
That's
state.
right. That's right.
Not a state. So the state, I would say, is South Dakota.
Jimmy Dore, you still trail by a point. The correct answer, Joe Biden's home state of Delaware.
I would never guess
Never
that.
got that.
Home to Joe Biden's just aggressive centrism and all of the financial and insurance institutions that have helped support his career
That's
over
right.
the last 30 years. That's Delaware, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Who's ahead?
Steph, you have 6 points. Jimmy has 5.
Tension.
Close contest. Close contest.
It's going to be a quiet ride home.
Okay. Here we go.
Next question, ladies and gentlemen. State law or Sharia law? Using profanity in front of 2 or more persons in a public place is illegal.
Jimmy,
Yes.
that's a state law.
That is a state law, Jimmy. You just tied it up at 6 apiece.
Thank
To
you.
take a 1-point lead, Jimmy, what state says that using profanity in front of 2 or more persons in a public place might land you in the county jail for up to 30 days, or you could pay a hefty fine to the state swear jar, no more than $100?
Utah.
Jimmy Dore, incorrect.
Oh, come on!
Steph, you have a chance to
on!
gain the lead.
Texas.
That is incorrect. We're down to 6. Mississippi.
Oh, MISSISSIPPI.
That sounds like a swear.
All right, there it is. Oh, tight contest. We are locked at 6 apiece.
Good luck, Jim.
Okay. Next question, is this state law or Sharia law? Food animals must be killed in the most humane way by swiftly cutting the throat.
Steph. Sharia.
Steph Zamorano, you just have a lead. That is Sharia law.
Nailed it.
This is not fair.
Are you high?
No.
You know what happened? You were kind of like slow out of the gate right now. I just thought.
have a
You have a thing?
I have
Okay.
a crook in my neck.
All right.
All right. 399 people watching, folks. Outstanding. Hit the like button. Get the likes up there. I want to say Jared Lord. Thank you so much again, Jared, for really supporting the show tonight. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. Jared had to say, you guys are popular because we need you. We are being lied to. We seriously need your voice. We have to fix this. Even my hardcore parents are starting to see the cracks. The system is broken and is starting to show. Please don't give up. Jared, I can tell you stuff, writing stuff like that for me personally means so much because I've been doing this only for 2.5 years. These guys have been doing it a lot longer. And I'm just now starting to pay my bills and everything. And, the last 2 years I've gone through some just tough personal stuff. And there's been times I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I sitting there yelling into a camera in my apartment? What is the point? And then, people write stuff like that. Now that my channel is starting to take off, I really see the point. Doing the live Jimmy Dore shows, doing the progressive comedy tour shows with Ron Placone. I really see that this is more than just a podcast or being funny or whatever. And stuff like that really means a lot to me, Jared. So I can't say that enough. Like what it means. And it's like you say, the people come up after the live shows. And the only other time in my life I've ever had audiences be this grateful is when I've gone to war zones.
Right.
Oh, for me, it's when I was in the Chippendales. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were grateful.
They were big in the late '80s, Graham. I was a handsome man in my 20s.
Yeah, I know. They wouldn't let me in. It was discrimination. They said I wasn't hot enough. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
really?
Yeah. They made fun of my love handles. I thought it was bullshit.
Did you drop trowel?
I did. Jimmy's quoting a line from my act from 20 years ago. That's what that was. Yeah, Jimmy, I did drop trowel. Sam Dean, we will see you in Australia. Shave your knuckles for justice, Sam. Marlon Shatner should sing a boppy theme for the show. Sam is somebody, you guys are, so about 7-8 months ago, I do my live stream every Sunday from 3 to roughly 4:30, and he started to have me sing karaoke songs at the end of it. And that's what I've been doing.
Is that legal?
That is legal, and I usually do it as William Shatner. So that's what, that's what this is all about. So we might do that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. All right, folks, as we go into our final round.
Exciting.
Stef
In fact, it's cold as hell.
and I'm going to be high as a kite by then. All right. I can play the karaoke. I can put the lyrics up there, but we can't play the music.
Can't play the music, of course.
Yeah. All right.
That must be a blast without the music.
It's a blast. I look like a psychopath. If you're
Yes.
watching it, I put an earpiece in when I'm at my place, so I hear the
Oh, so
music.
you hear the music?
But if you're watching, you just see me like, hey, I'm pack my bags pre-flight. It looks, and it's funny because I picked up all these new viewers.
Because you do that?
Well, no, because all these viewers from the Epstein videos and stuff, and they were like, oh, this live chat's awesome. And so we're talking politics for an hour and a half, and then at the end, they're like, what the hell? Like the diehards have been watching me for years. They're like, love this. This is the best. And the folks that are brand new to me are like, is he okay? So
I do a little Post Malone at the end of my live stream sometimes.
nice.
Yeah.
I like
Sure.
a Post Malone.
You always said that you were better now, better now. You always said that you were better now, not around. Anyway, let's go.
Last round, ladies and gentlemen. There are. All right. Who said this? Did a supervillain from the comic books or movies say this, or a politician?
That's great.
Oh, okay.
Supervillain. By the way, I want to thank Chris Mancini, who helped write these questions, my co-host at Comedy Film Nerds. Chris, thank you so much. I doubt he's watching because he is a parent. Never has time. All right.
You needed help writing these?
It's the research. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh, I'm
time.
sure.
It's just the
I'm
going
sure.
through. You got to find, and then it's the state and the Sharia and the whole.
I get it. I get it.
It's a lot of research. Yeah, I was surfing today. What am I? I'm not. I'm not an animal. All right. Was this said by a comic book supervillain or a politician? If you have a gun, you can rob a bank. If you have a bank, you can rob anyone.
Oh.
Stef,
Zamorano.
politician.
Oh.
Stef
That's
Zamorano.
correct.
That is incorrect.
Supervillain said it?
Yes. Which one?
Iron Man.
Iron Man's a hero.
Oh.
He's not a villain.
He's not a villain?
No.
Oh, the villain said it? Oh, it was the Joker.
No, but I'll give you that one. That was fantastic. It was Black Mask from DC said that, ladies.
Wow,
I would
I
never
thought
have
so.
got- I
I
never
thought
heard
so.
of
I was
Black
so
Mask.
close.
All right.
Okay, let's keep going. I got to get to dinner
No, okay,
What
here
time
we go.
are we out of here?
right now.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, exciting.
Fact-
Tension.
Politician or supervillain? Facts are stupid things.
Me, Jimmy.
Jimmy Dore.
That's a politician.
That is correct. You just tied it up. Give me the name of the politician to take the lead.
Well, it would make sense if it was Louis Gohmert, but that's too easy. So I'm going to say Joe Biden. That's a gaffe that Joe Biden made.
That is incorrect, Steph. A chance to regain the lead.
Donald Trump.
Ronald Reagan said it at the 1988 Republican National Convention, attempting to quote John Adams, who said facts are stubborn things. Ron got a little scrambled up top and said stupid.
He was Joe Biden before Joe Biden.
Oh, he's fantastic. He was a great Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, honestly, though, was my favorite Republican.
Yeah, me too.
He's great.
Right after Hillary.
Next question. Was this a super villain, not a hero, Jimmy, super villain or politician? My belief is we will, in fact, be greeted as liberators.
Oh, that but
Stef.
Jimmy said it first.
That was Dick Cheney.
That was Dick Cheney. He said it on Meet the Press, March 16th, 2003.
Wow.
Jimmy
That
got
was
it
good.
right
Thank you.
and got the name. So that's a 2-point lead right there.
Oh,
ladies.
2 points for Jackie. You're getting your gifts.
I'm back in it. I'm back in it to win it.
Trick question, he's both.
Yes, he is a supervillain, but he has not been. That's funny.
That is funny.
All right, here we go. Next question. Was this a supervillain or a politician who said this, ladies and gentlemen? Steph, you trail by 2 points.
Oh, shit.
You need to do some work
I'm
here.
going to do it.
If Jimmy gets this correct,
It's all over.
it's all over.
Okay, here we go.
You are not the president. No one who leads so many could possibly kneel so quickly.
Steph,
Zamorano, what is it?
supervillain?
That is correct. You trail by 1 point. Tell me the name of the supervillain to tie, to go to the tiebreaker question.
I'm going to say it's, boy, the Joker.
Steph Zamorano. Congratulations. Your winner is going to get a granola bar. That is incorrect. Jimmy Dore, you and Jackie are the winner. The correct answer was from Superman 2, General Zod. When he took over the White House, and the guy stood, he goes, "You're not the president. You kneel too quickly."
Oh.
General Zod.
General Zod. So-
General Zod.
Sounds like a Game
Jimmy,
of Thrones.
I think you have to sign this for your
Oh,
guy.
sure, I'll
You have
sign
to-
it.
Jackie, congratulations, you're the winner. So what I need you guys to do is Jackie and Jeffrey, email me info@grahamelwood.com and say PV Game Show winner or PV Game Show runner-up, and give me your mailing address, and I will put all this stuff in the mail, and you'll get it in the next week. One more super chat from Citizens Media TV. By the way, if you want to learn about MMT, check out Citizens Media TV. I also have a playlist of MMT with Citizens Media, whose name is Jeff Epstein, and I always have to say this.
No kidding.
Not the same guy, because people flip out. His name is in my credits because he supports the show, and some people once a week flip out and go, "Graham, how could you be taking money from that monster? Like, you're a hypocrite." Like, yeah, that's what I'm. It's not a common name. Come on. He said, "Oh, this is a funny one." Tom Steyer, supervillain and politician. He gets to go to the next debates, but Tulsi can't.
I know.
Oh, billionaire just hops in. Folks, this was so much fun. I hope you had fun doing this. This was such a cool thing. It is, I'm going to try to do this once a month. September I can't because I'll be in Russia, but I'm going to be playing this with Ron Placone
Oh, okay.
on the road at some of the road shows that we're doing. So please go to grahamelwood.com. Next week, Ron Placone and I, September 4th, we go to Omaha. The 5th, we go to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The 6th, Madison, Wisconsin. The 7th, Minneapolis. The 8th, Iowa City. Madison and Minneapolis tickets are they're going quick. So get your tickets at grahamelwood.com. I will be in Moscow September 20th doing a show. September 27th, I'll be in St. Petersburg, Russia. And then Ron Placone and I are doing the Progressive Comedy Tour in Australia, where we will meet many of you. So November 14th, we're in Melbourne. The 15th, Adelaide. The 17th, Sydney. The 22nd, Perth. The tickets down there are already going. And so probably some of those shows are going to sell out. Steph and Jimmy, where can people see you online, watch your show, live dates? What can we do?
JimmyDoreComedy.com. JimmyDoreComedy.com. And we'll see you in Seattle on September 16th. That's a Monday. All the other shows we're doing are sold out. Hey, every Sunday in October, we're doing live shows in Hollywood at the Sycamore Theater.
Sycamore Tavern, upstairs at Comedy Dojo. Guess what? Free parking. Boom.
parking.
LA, that's a good thing.
Every Sunday.
It's the only club in Hollywood that has free parking.
I know.
Yeah.
It is and it's endless. It's a great club.
It's a great venue.
It's a great venue. Everything.
To do what we're doing, it's great. Yeah.
And it's good for the show. There's good food. There's good drinks.
There is good food.
I love it. So
And they don't hassle you on the... They say they have a 2-drink thing, but they don't.
They don't really lean. They just, it just
I've never
cool.
seen them hassle anybody.
They don't
for it.
hassle anybody. Just understand the economics of a live show.
Yeah.
Buy some stuff at the bar.
Right.
And support what we're doing. And because if the bar makes money and we make money, then it helps the whole everything.
Helps the
we're
whole
doing.
thing.
So thank you guys so much.
That was a
Steph.
blast.
I
Thanks,
had
Graham.
so much fun.
I mean, political vigilante.
Hello. So normally I do my live chat every Sunday at 3 p.m. This Sunday I'm traveling, so I'm going to do it Monday night, which is Labor Day. I will announce that at go follow me on social media at Graham Elwood. But Monday night, probably 5 or 6 Pacific time, I will do my live chat on Monday. But otherwise, it's every Sunday 3 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much. Get all my live dates at grahamelwood.com. Thank you, Aaron Brungart, and everybody at the All Things Comedy World headquarters. Really appreciate All Things Comedy for giving us the space and to do this. I'm going to do this once a month since you all seem to like it. 405 people watched. Hit the like button. Like, subscribe, share. All that stuff helps. You're all fantastic. You're all making Gotham great again. Go to the wide shot, Aaron. Shave the knuckles for justice. Yeah. Fade it out.